Good evening. It's Monday, July 22, 2019 here in Cebu City. I'm Cherry Ann Lim, and here's all you need to know in NewsBits tonight. A pay hike for teachers, restoration of the death penalty, and zero tolerance for corruption were among the highlights of President Rodrigo Duterte's fourth State of the Nation address. Here's Kenneth Torres for the details.
President Rodrigo Duterte has assured that he would fulfill his longtime pledge to raise the salaries of 800,000 public school teachers in the country. During his fourth State of the Nation address, Duterte urged Congress to pass a new version of salary standardization law that would help raise the teachers' monthly salary. These amid teachers' groups appeal for him to act on his promise to increase their salaries. Entry-level teachers currently enjoy a monthly salary of 20,754 pesos following the implementation of the fourth and last tranche of wage hike among government workers this year. Education Secretary Leonor Briones noted that the government needs around 150 billion for the proposed 10,000 across-the-board increase in the salary of each public school teachers. During his Sona, Duterte also asked the Congress to reinstate the death penalty for heinous crimes related to illegal drugs. The president admitted that the government still has a long way to go in the fight against illegal drugs, but he warned drug offenders that the war on drugs will continue to be harsh for the remaining 3 years of his office. Duterte made the request after recalling how tons of illegal drugs and graft money were found after the 5-month battle in Marawi City. In March 2017, the House passed a version of death penalty bill focusing only on drug-related offenses. The Senate, however, failed to pass a similar bill in the 17th Congress. Meanwhile, Duterte also reiterated that his zero tolerance for corruption remains the key policy of his administration. In his last 3 years in the office, the president pledged to go after government workers who are involved in any unlawful activities. He made the commitment as he lamented that corruption continues and remains pervasive. Just more than a week prior to his fourth Sona, Duterte placed 64 personnel of Bureau of Customs under floating status because of their supposed link to corruption. Duterte said that in his remaining 3 years in the office, many corrupt officials will face dismissal from service. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
2 suspected robbers were killed in separate incidents in Cebu City and Talisay City. One was killed in a gunfight with police, while the other was found hung off a bridge. Here's Chari Coronel for the details.
A still unidentified man was killed after he exchanged fire with members of the Parian Police Station along Imus Road, Barangay Lorega, San Miguel in Cebu City Monday morning. Parian Police Station Chief Armando Labora said, based on their initial investigation, the man was about to rob company agent Greggy Sineneng. Sineneng was on board his van and about to leave the area after collecting the payment when the incident happened. Labora said a team of 8 policemen who were conducting a checkpoint noticed a commotion in the area and responded. When the suspected robber was about to escape, the police cornered him. He then pointed his gun to one of the policemen. He was rushed to Cebu City Medical Center but declared dead on arrival. Meanwhile, a man was found dead. His body hung off Mananga Bridge 3 in Barangay San Isidro, Talisay City. Police identified the man as Reynante Otero, an alleged member of a robbery group in the city. Talisay City Police Chief Orlando Carag Jr. said Otero had gunshot wounds in his body and a signage around his head saying he is a robber. Based on police records, Otero was arrested and charged with robbery and illegal drugs cases. Mayor Samsam Gulyas immediately ordered Carag to solve the crime as soon as possible. Chari Coronel, NewsBits Tonight.
4 river systems in Cebu City will be prioritized during the massive dredging to be conducted this month. Here's Jera Librea for the details.
The Cebu City Environment and Natural Resources Office has identified 4 river systems in the city that will undergo massive dredging, set to be conducted within this month. These include the rivers of Lahug, Mahiga, Bulacau, and Guadalupe. Sinro Chief John G. Godakwa said these rivers are considered the major waterways in the city, adding that the massive dredging will address the problems with the rivers. The upcoming activity is open to the public who wants to volunteer. Dakwa said they are coordinating with the Department of Public Works and Highways Central Office to allow them to use the equipment that was used during the massive cleanup in Manila Bay earlier this year. Dakwa said they are currently conducting manual clearing operations in the rivers around the city. Last July 1 to 5, during the first 5 days of Senro's manual clearing operations, Dakwa said they have already collected 25,100 kilos of garbage. Cebu City Mayor Edgardo Labella will meet again with Senro to identify the specific date of the massive dredging activity, but they are eyeing to conduct it on weekends. Jera Libria, NewsBits Tonight.
More stories in NewsBits Tonight after this short break. Here's the latest in sports with Kenneth Torres.
Fresh from his tough fight against Keith Thurman, the fighting senator boarded a private plane back to Manila to attend tomorrow's Senate session. Pacquiao will arrive in the Philippines early Tuesday in time for the session. The fighting senator was supposed to fly back to Manila today for the 4th State of the Nation address of President Rodrigo Duterte, but Pacquiao was advised by his doctor and his wife Jinky to rest and not to take the flight immediately after the match. In their fight yesterday, Pacquiao dropped his previously unbeaten opponent with a combination of body shot and right hook late in the first round. Thurman, however, showed tenacity in rallying through the middle rounds, repeatedly testing Pacquiao's chin with big shots. Thurman landed slightly more punches than the active Pacquiao. Pacquiao, on the other hand, had a dominant jab and outhits Thurman in the 12th round, throwing 56 punches to win the round of the 2 judges' cards. 2 judges scored the bout 115 to 112 for Pacquiao, while Glenn Feldman scored 114 to 113 for Thurman. Pacquiao is now the World Boxing Association WBA welterweight super champion. Meanwhile, Thurman said the fight was close enough to merit a rematch. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
To get the latest, visit www.sunstar.com.ph. Follow us on our YouTube channel and official social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Cherry Ann Lim. Good evening.